Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this bee applique. And yes, it rolls up, but when you sew it down, it's not going to be rolled up. Okay, so that's the reason why I didn't do any special stitch work here. So this applique is done in 2 parts. Alright, and you'll need obviously white, black, and yellow. Any peg or any loom will do. You're only using like 7, 8, 10 pegs maybe max. So pretty much any loom you got on hand will do, but it will affect your size if you have a bigger gauge. Your bee will naturally be bigger. If you have a smaller gauge, your bee will naturally be smaller. Okay, and you definitely want to use corresponding yarn. Okay, so what you want to do, and yes, I have a video on how to do bug wings, okay, these things, but the problem is it's too long. You need it shorter. Okay, so naturally you're going to cast on 4, so I'm just going to do the double wrap method. You can do whatever cast on you see would be best for you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to knit that last stitch. So you're going to knit your way over. Then you're going to slip the first stitch, just basically skip it. And then you're going to purl your way over. Okay. So you purl your way over. Slip that first one, skipping it, and you're going to knit your way over. And this is row 3. Slip that first stitch, purl your way over. This is row 4. At this point, you're going to start your short row set. There's a reason that you keep slipping on this end. You're creating a chain to be able to pick up. You may need to mark the slip stitch on this side every time you knit it and then slip it. You might need to actually put a little stitch marker on it, okay? Because you're going to be adding it back. That's how you're going to create this whole shape here, okay? Alright, this is how we're going to do the short row set. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to knit 2, wrap and turn, purl your way back. Slip that first stitch, knit 1, wrap and turn, and purl your way back. Now, we're going to just knit our way over. So slip 1 and then knit 1, knit 2 together, and knit 2 together. Alright, that's how we're going to do that, and you do that, I believe, 4 times. Okay, so you're going to, I'll show you one more time, then I'll have you pause the video and complete it 4 more times. Okay, I mean, it's a total of 4 times. That was 1 time. Okay, purl your way over, slip the first stitch, knit 2, wrap, turn, purl your way over, slip, knit, wrap and turn, and purl 2. Then you slip and knit your way over. That's your start back point. Okay, so go ahead and repeat this 2 more times. Okay, and that should get you all the way around. So pause the video, complete that 2 more times, and then we'll be ready to do the other half of the wing. Okay. Alright, we're now ready to start adding it back, and you can see that it has a dramatic curve to it. Now you will see on the inside here that you have a series of chains. See if I can get this to focus. Come on. There we go. Let's see if I can get to that. Might be a little difficult with the white thread. Let me get some shadow. You see these chains? What you want to do is you want to grab that chain right there. And you'll pull it up and put it on your peg. Okay. So naturally you're going to, you're starting on this side, naturally you're going to purl your way over. And I'll show you how to do it. And it's best to do it at the beginning of the row to do that, to set it up. That way you don't forget to add it. Okay, so purl your way over. Then you're going to slip that stitch, knit 2, and then purl 2 together. Okay. Slip stitch, and then knit 2, and then purl 2 together. Okay. Before you start again, start going the other direction. Find your next chain. Okay. It should be, see if I can get the shadow in there, right there. So hard with the white. Anyway, right there. See that? It's your next chain. Go ahead and add that back. Doing it at the beginning of the row means you don't forget it. You're going to purl your way over, and I'm sorry that it's hard to see that chain. That's the white yarn. Okay. Then you're going to knit your way to the other side, and then purl 2 together. This is the process you will do until you have no more chains to work from. Go ahead and start working that yarn the other direction. You find your next chain. Again, you may want to mark it. Makes it a little easier. And it looks like I'll have 2 more chains to add. Okay. So, what you'll need to do is continue this process of adding a chain until you have no more. So pause the video and continue doing that, and then I will show you how to finish your wing. Now if you don't like the single wing bee, you can always make 2 of these, and you will do the process the same, just do it on the other side. Okay, purl those 2 together. You can knit the 2 together if you want a chain looking thing going up the middle of your wing. If you don't, then that's entirely up to you. I have like 2 more. Okay, so pause the video, continue this, and then we'll come back and finish the wing up. Okay. Okay, if you pull it out, you'll see your pretty little wing, right? Okay. Alright, at this point you want to just go in and bind off like normal. So you can slip that stitch. Knit, move it back one, toss bottom loop over, and then move it over. So you just bind off like normal. It doesn't really matter on this, because you're going to basically draw that bottom in together. Okay. And grab it. Okay. I'm not going to leave much tail. And pull through. Alrighty. So, see? There is your wing. Look at that. And what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up kind of gathering it together like that. You can take a little needle and you can go ahead and gather it together if you want, but what I like to do is gather it together when I'm knitting it in. Okay. Now, if you want 2 wings, make you 2 wings. Alright. Alright, so here's the challenging part. It's black. I know. But that's the only way I'm going to be able to show you this. Alright. Now, what you're going to do, you're starting with your head. Alright. Now, this is all one piece, so you know it is. It's all one piece. Alright. So what you're going to do is you're going to cast on, I believe it's 7 or 6, doesn't matter. You're just doing the head, so I'm going to gather up anyway. More fan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, what the heck, we'll do 7. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to knit your way over. Of course, you want to be a pain. You're going to do this for 6 rows, I think. What is this, row 1? No, 7 rows. Alright. So you're going to knit your way over. And I know you're sitting there thinking, what? Slip the first stitch, purl your way over. You're probably sitting there thinking, how on earth is this going to make a little head? If you have done my scalloped cast on, or my fan cast on, or my crocodile stitch, you know what we're doing. And knit your way over. Slip and knit your way over. This is row 3. And then slip and then purl your way over. Row 4. Okay, slip, and then this is row 5. Okay, 2 more rows. Row 6. And then row 7. Slip and knit your way over. Alright, let's make this head a head, shall we? Alright. Now, what you do is you wrap the working yarn around the previous peg. Yes, it's empty. Alright, now you're going to take and you're going to pull the working yarn up like a purl stitch. You now have a loop here. What you're going to do is you're going to take and pull that loop through all 7. Alright. Doot doot. Okay, you get this nice little loop here. Take off those 7 stitches right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Be sure not to lose that wrap and turn you just did. Now, what I suggest doing is holding it and trying to pull there, the side that's going to do that. Now, what you want to do is you want to start tightening. Okay, so start pulling your working yarn, and then voila. Okay, ta-da! You have a little head there. See, nice little fan head kind of thing. If you want it even rounder, you just sit there, and what I do is I put the ends on these pegs right here. See? Okay. Which has us here. Now what I do is we're now ready for this little section here. So what I do is I knit my way over, and I wrap and I turn as an increase on an empty peg. Then I knit my way over here, and I wrap and turn, and I knit my way back. And then I wrap and turn and go to knit my way back. And when we go to increase on this side, we're going to do it a little differently. This is where we're going to add our wing. Okay. So our increase is our wing. And what you want to do with this is you want to take and try to kind of weave it. So I usually put like 4 on there. You just weave it in. It's not, you know, exact science. This. You just weave it in right there. See? So I weave it in like 4 times, and what it'll do is it'll basically gather it. As I said, it's not exact. Just kind of weave it in. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to toss all your loops over. And ta-da, it's attached. Okay, so there you have a wing attached. Now you're going to knit your way over. At this point, you'll want to change colors to yellow. And changing color to yellow doesn't mean cutting the black. We're just going to leave the black because we don't want a whole bunch of tails. So all we're going to do is attach the yellow, and it's a real easy attach. You just half knot it, and all this extra tails and stuff you don't have to weave in. You just sew it under there and add a little puff. Yeah, no, I like to cheat. Alright, instead of slipping that first stitch, because I'm changing colors, I'm going to actually knit it all the way over. You're going to do 4 rows of yellow. So here is row 1. Then here is row 2. Row 3. And row 4. Then you're going to change to black and do 4 rows of that. Okay. Then what you do is you pick up your black and you start 4 rows of it. See the wonder of not detaching that black. You just pick it up and start going. Okay, so you know we're here. Look at that. We're almost done with this. All right, so I'm going to have you pause the video. 4 rows of black, 4 rows of black, and then switch over to yellow. 4 rows of yellow, and then switch over to black, and then you're going to do 1 row of this black right here, and then I'll show you how to finish it off. Okay, so pause the video and get that much done. Okay, so as you can see, 4 rows of black, 4 rows of yellow, and then 1 row. When I went to change back to my black, because I knew it was the last time using yellow, I went ahead and knotted it off. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drawstring off. Now my personal preference when it comes to drawstringing off is I go to the opposite side when it comes to these flat drawstrings, and I do it the opposite and go work my way back to my starting point. I find it does better that way. But you can drawstring off whatever way you find you prefer. Most of this stuff is a guideline. You can alter it, you can add. If you're adding a wing, I'll let you know this, if you're adding the other wing like we did as an increase, you just do the same thing on the other side. And that way you have 2 wings. So on your last increase on the other side, you just add your wing, and then you do an add a wing on the other side too. Okay, and that just makes it a heck of a lot easier. Alright, and 1 more, pull through, take it out, and pull down, little bee. Alright, now if you want the head to be more distinct, you take your extra here, you wrap it around the back and to the front, okay, and over the front, and that'll give you a more distinct head. And then what you can do, another option you can do, is you can take and you can knot it to the white here. All this is going to be hidden when you sew it onto your garment, okay? And I'll just add a little poof. If you want it shorter, that's fine, but I find it's going to be easier to just sew it up under there. So, how you create the little head more distinctively, right there. Alrighty, so there you have it. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this little end here that you have, and you're going to sew around the bee. You may want to take a white, or you can take a thread and do it. You don't have to do the tail if you don't want to. But you're just going to sew it on. See? How to make a bee. Cute, right? Well, that's how you do it. That's how you make a bee applique. And when you go to sew it on, make sure you roll it out as much as possible. That gives you the width, okay? And that is basically how it should look. Let's roll it. Okay. If you want a second wing, just add it in there. Just like I did the one, you just do it on the other side. Okay? So it's really easy to add 2 wings if you want. And you could see it adding the second wing in there. Alright? So, that is how you make a bee applique. It's easier than you think, right? I know there's a bunch of techniques in there that are kind of crazy, but that's how it works. Works real nice, actually. So, but yeah, if you want to make 2, I could see you wanting to do 2. You just do it the same way I added this one, and it works. Okay, so that is how you make a bee applique.